So here we have a slightly used 2024 Porsche Macan T. Silver on black spec here. Absolutely love this new design. All-wheel drive. You get a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mated to a 7-speed double clutch automatic transmission. And then that gives us 261 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. This one has just a little under 4,000 miles on it, but LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. Love this design here. It's very nice front and back. Super sleek. Down here to the wheels, these are 20-inch alloy. Passive keyless entry, all 4 doors. Memory seat function, power door lock controls, one-touch up and down windows all around, rear window lock, lift gate button, and then we have our power mirror controls that power fold, and we do get blind spot monitors. Bose sound system, hood release, headlamp controls, that's how we start the vehicle. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And here's our power driver's seat, 4-way power lumbar support, power thigh support as well. And just a good looking seat. I love the sporty feel of it, but it's also extremely comfortable. Now I do want to give a big thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this Macan T today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. Space, okay. Seat back pockets on both sides, with this one being the smallest SUV that Porsche offers. Legroom's not bad, really. Have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So look at the front. This does have the panoramic roof, so that's the sunshade there. Rear AC controls are here. Then we can even adjust the temperature there, and then we have our 3-stage heated outboard seats and 2 USB-C charge ports. Middle seat bottle holders are there. Love the lighting. That's really nice. Grab handle. We could hang a metal hanger with a shirt or pair of pants if we need to. Maybe even 2 hangers. It seems relatively sturdy, honestly. But child locks, just turn right there. And to the back end, I think one of the coolest things about this vehicle is that rear taillight bar. Now that light does not flash like that. That's how my camera's picking it up. But still, absolutely love that look. Nice dual exhaust. Decent space behind the second row. Top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves for the car seats. And then we do have a spare tire underneath as well. 12-volt netted side pocket. And then fuel doors here. So minimum octane is 93 for this. And then if you ever want to fold the seat flat, grab this here. It'll fold into the bottom half of the seat. And then pretty easy to just pop it back into place. Actually very easy. And then we have our lower latch anchors for the car seats there. And then we have our side airbags on either side there. Front passenger seat. Same power adjustability as that driver's side with the power thigh support. Lockable glove compartment here. Owner's manuals are still in this one. And then I'll show you a quick look at this sticker from Auto Collection. But let's go ahead and pop the hood. And there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And I think it's interesting how they did the hood, just having the frog guys have the space there. And next, just a quick look at the turn signals. So I really like that. Seat on the side as well. Side mirrors. And then the ones up front, all LED. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the screen for audio, we do get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay compatibility. And then we have our vehicle settings in here. So we can adjust all of that. And if you go to the system settings, units of measurement, you can change each of those individually. And then your language as well. Navigation systems here. Pretty easy, just type in a destination, save everything, whatever. Phones are set up. And then you do have your Porsche Connect apps, sound, devices, and then again your settings right in here. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Volume knob is here. You can click that or turn the audio off. And then you have a scroll knob here and a quick shortcut for that option menu. Now down here, AC controls on either side. And I really like how adjustable this system is. Let me try and get the shifter out of the way. It's just super neat. So you can adjust fan speed or temperature on either side as well as fan direction. So you can see the fan speed's one way here, temperature's a different way, as well as the fan direction, as opposed to the driver's side here. We also get the 3-stage heated cooled seats for the front. Your hazards right there. And then for the shifter, you just press down here, pull, reverse, neutral drive. And then you do have a manual mode, and you activate that here on the steering wheel. So I'll show you that in a minute as well. But sport mode is there, you can turn that on or off. Off-road mode is there, you can turn that on or off. Your downhill control, you can turn that on or off too. And then your safety system, you can toggle that as well for the lane departure. Auto stop toggle, and then your traction control. Pull up for the electronic parking brake, hit the brake, press down to disengage it. Center console cubby space. You do have an SD card reader, SIM card reader, 2 USB-C ports, and then a wireless charging pad. And then a lot of controls up here for the parking sensors, garage door, transmitter, sunroof, etc. But one touch to get the shade back. I like how tinted it is as well. And then we can slide that back too. So one touch slide goes back very far, and I like that. It makes the opening that much bigger. So look at the clock there. Quick look at the back seat from up here. And then there is your vanity mirror. Now, steering wheel, blinkers are here. Auto high beams right there. And then you can flash there. And then you can go through the brightness of the gauge cluster by using this. And then for your cruise, you can turn that on or off, set the speed for that, and then you can decrease, increase, resume, cut it off. Or excuse me, resume, cut it off. But voice recognition is here, volume control here. This just kind of is a next button, whether it's radio or you're playing some music. And then this activates your manual mode when you're in drive. So when I put it in drive, hit this button, that manual mode, you can go between those, and then you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. And then this scroll bar and this button here goes through the right side of the gauge cluster. So I can go to see my tire pressure monitors, torque split, all of that. And I can go into each sub menu when applicable. So like here in the the vehicle info. I can scroll down, change my units and language and all that here as well. And it's, again, you just press it in. That's kind of like an OK back button, and this just takes you back. Then Bluetooth is there. Intermittent wipers on this side, so one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here on the side, and then you do have the rear wiper here in the middle. Pull either way there for the rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front fluid. But a really good looking gauge cluster like I'd expect from a Porsche. And again, you start the vehicle there. Here's your key fob. So 4,000 mile example here. Let's go ahead and take this 2024 Porsche Macan T out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Macan T, have it in just a normal drive mode, and it drives very efficiently. Just giving it a little throttle. It's not overly powerful or anything like that. I don't know if I like that or not, but I mean, so far it's driving like a 2-liter turbo vehicle. And the 7-speed's just tuned very interestingly, in my opinion. I should say the gear ratio, everything, just the throttle response. I don't want to call it sluggish, it's just, it's not quick in this drive mode, especially with light throttle. It almost feels like a Porsche Eco mode. But I'm going to activate the safety system here. And I'm going to take this on the interstate. I'm going to try to give it a good pull on the on-ramp here. So I knew this would happen. I'm not gonna have a good pull. I have a vehicle behind me and in front of me. But here we go. I mean, it's quick. See if we can give it another one. I mean, for a Turbo 4, it works pretty well. Let's turn that off. Let's test out this cruise control. So the lane departure system, it kind of just detects the lines for you. If that, not the best system for me, but not terrible. Now I will say the ride quality on the interstate was really good. And I still felt like I could feel the road, but extremely comfortable driving down that stretch of I-24 there. Now I do want to give one more thank you to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this vehicle today. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever used vehicle you might be interested in. Now this Macan T has little under 4,000 miles on it. It's a 24 model, it's year 25, priced at $64,000. I think it's very nice. This one is in pristine condition. Everything feels new, it drives like new. I think if you're in the market for something like this, you won't be disappointed. But there are other options. So specifically with the Macan, if you wanted to get something a bit quicker, just the GTS I feel like would be a good choice. And then even the new EV that's out now, all those would be quicker than this. But this is still a Porsche. It still drives like one. The inside still feels like one. The amenities are still there. I'm very pleased with this more entry-level version, if that makes sense. I think most people will probably be, most potential Macan owners will be pleased with this, just how it is. The ride's good. The interior is luxurious. It's a Porsche. So that's pretty much what most people are looking for in this segment that want something like this. But it just feels good behind the steering wheel. So if someone else does have to borrow this, they're not going to be disappointed in having to drive this. Like when my girlfriend had a RAV4, I used to hate driving that vehicle so much. But when she had a Sorento hybrid, I actually enjoyed driving that. And this is one of those vehicles that you'll enjoy driving, even if this is not your cup of tea, if that makes sense. And just having the nav, the heated cooled seats, the different drive modes, it's a solid Porsche for what it is. Now, if you want a Cayenne, you probably want a Cayenne, but if you don't mind paying a little less money and getting a little less space, this is a good way to go. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Porsche Macan T.